In 2025, scientists discovered an interstellar object that defied all the rules. It's named 3I Atlas, only the third recorded visitor to our solar system, originating from another star system. Initially, astronomers thought it was a normal comet, but images from the Hubble telescope surprised everyone. This object was 200 times brighter than any previous interstellar comet, but it lacked a tail of gas or dust. Instead, a compact, strange light emanated from its front. Harvard professor Avi Loeb claimed that this glow may not be natural, but artificial. He said the object would require approximately 10 gigawatts of energy, equivalent to the power of 10 nuclear reactors, to produce such intense light. This rule rules it out as a mere comet. The most mysterious thing is that when 3I Atlas comes closest to Earth, it will be completely obscured by the sun's glare. Is this mere coincidence or a planned move? So the question is 3I Atlas just a strange comet or a sign of an advanced civilization? Before you understand the latest information about it, subscribe to the channel to be the first to see such videos. Just imagine, something enters our solar system from millions of kilometers away. And as soon as scientists see it, everyone is astonished. This is what happened with 3I Atlas. Initially, everyone thought it was a normal comet, but it soon became clear that something was wrong with it. First, its brightness. It was emitting so much light that the data didn't match. Normal comets aren't that bright. Then came its behavior. Every comet leaves a long tail of dust and gas as it approaches the sun. But 3I Atlas did nothing like that. No dust, no gas, just a strange, unusual glow. When it was observed closely with the Hubble telescope, the images were even more shocking. It lacked everything a comet should have. Instead, it seemed as if the light was emanating from within it, as if it were a light source itself. The impossible brightness. Whenever a new interstellar object enters our solar system, scientists study it with great interest. But 3I Atlas stunned everyone from the very beginning. The reason was its impossible brightness. The previous interstellar comet discovered was quite ordinary, but this object turned out to be about 200 times brighter. Now, think about it. Something so bright means something is wrong. Because at this distance, this much light could only come from a very large object. This is where the puzzle of size and brightness began. If this light was coming only by reflecting sunlight, then this object should have been tens of kilometers across. This means a giant comet, visible only once every thousands or millions of years. But then the question arose. How did such a large object suddenly appear? The possibility of finding it was almost impossible. And the real shock came when the Hubble telescope images arrived. It turned out that this glow wasn't like any ordinary comet. Comets are always heated by the sun and form a long tail of dust and gas behind them. But 3I Atlas did the opposite. Its glow appeared compactly in front, not behind. This meant that this object didn't match the size or behavior. For scientists, it was like flipping through all the pages of a book and suddenly finding a page written in a completely different language. So the question now is, are we looking at a real comet or something that produces its own light? Artificial light. Hypothesis. When scientists tried to explain the brightness of 3I Atlas, every natural theory failed. This is why renowned Harvard professor Avi Loeb and his colleague Eric Kido proposed a theory that shook the entire scientific community. They argue that this light isn't coming from reflections from the sun, but rather, the object itself is producing it, meaning its brightness is self-contained, a glow emanating from within. This is astonishing, because if something is producing its own light, it can't be like an ordinary comet. According to Loeb, 3I Atlas requires approximately 10 gigawatts of energy to produce such a tremendous amount of light. To use a simple example, this is the same amount of power as 10 nuclear reactors combined. Now, imagine, if so much power is coming from such a small object, how can this be possible through any natural process? Scientists examined all natural explanations one by one. They suggested it might be a large cloud of dust, but then there should have been gas, and no gas was found. They suggested it might be a very massive object, but the sudden appearance of such a large object is almost statistically impossible. Some even suggested things like friction, a primordial black hole, or radioactive fragments, but all fell short. None of the theories could account for 10 GW of power. Finally, all natural avenues were exhausted. And that's when Loeb's theory emerged. Is this light the result of some technology? The question now is, are we seeing a strange comet, or the first glimpse of technology created by another civilization? Strange trajectory. The strangest thing about 3I Atlas isn't just its brightness, but also its journey. When most interstellar objects enter our solar system, their entry is completely random. This means they appear to come from different angles because they originate from another star billions of kilometers away. But 3I Atlas surprised everyone because its path turned out to be perfectly aligned with our solar system's ecliptic plane. The ecliptic plane is where all our planets, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter, revolve around the Sun in a nearly straight, disk-like line. Now, imagine a distant object suddenly appearing and fitting directly into the same lane, like a car seamlessly adjusting to the correct lane on a highway. Is this a coincidence or something more? This is where things get interesting. 3I Atlas's path is such that it will pass very close to Mars and then Jupiter. It seems as if someone deliberately designed it as a tour. And now comes the biggest mystery. When this object comes closest to Earth, the moment when we can clearly see it with our most powerful telescopes, the Sun will be in that exact direction. This means that the glow will become completely invisible in sunlight. Upcoming observations. The information that has been revealed so far about 3I Atlas has not only surprised but also troubled scientists. But the real test is coming. In the coming months, we will have opportunities that may slightly unravel this mystery. The first big opportunity is October 3, 2025. On that day, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, will observe 3I Atlas with its high-resolution, high-rise camera. This camera is so powerful that it can clearly see objects 30 centimeters across on the surface of Mars. Now imagine, when this same camera turns toward 3I Atlas, we may see not only its brightness, but perhaps its true face as well. The question is, will there be a solid nucleus, like in a comet, or will it just be a strange, self-luminous glow? After this, it's hoped that the Juno mission, currently orbiting Jupiter, will also be able to observe it. Juno has special sensors and cameras that can tell us what kind of energy 3I Atlas is actually emitting. Is it reflecting sunlight, or is there some unknown power source emanating from within? Both these observations are extremely important because until now, we only have data from the Hubble telescope taken from afar. This clearly showed that it has no dust tail, and its light is quite unusual. But when spacecraft like MRO and Juno observe it up close, we may get real evidence for the first time. So, all eyes are on these upcoming observations. Will it reveal another mysterious image? Or will it finally prove that 3I Atlas is just a strange but natural object? The answer is coming soon. Wild speculations. All the natural explanations offered so far for 3I Atlas seem to be failing one by one. This is why scientists and researchers are now looking at some wild speculations that sound like science fiction. But when something remains unanswered, the mind automatically starts running in new directions. Some experts believe that it may be a fragment of a Dyson sphere. A Dyson sphere is a theory that states that if an advanced civilization wanted to capture the energy of an entire star like the Sun, it could surround it with massive solar panels. It's possible that 3I Atlas is a broken fragment of one of these, which is now shining on its own. Another theory is that it could be some kind of interstellar seeder. That is, an object that has been left by some civilization with the intention of going to different planets and spreading the seeds of life, an attempt at terraforming or life spreading. Some even call it a kind of cosmic ghost ship, that is, an extremely old spacecraft, left by some civilization millions of years ago, now passing by us like a deserted, empty vessel. Furthermore, there's the possibility that it's some kind of interstellar battery, once storing energy, and now leaking, causing its strange glow. And the most exciting theory, it could also be a navigation beacon, a cosmic lighthouse. Just as lighthouses are built at sea to guide ships, this could be a cosmic beacon of some civilization. The question is, are we really alone in the universe? Or is 3I Atlas about to provide us with the first evidence of another world's existence? Cultural connection. An interesting thing about 3I Atlas is that its mystery reminds us of our own films and stories. Science fiction movies often use light to help viewers understand that something supernatural, something alien, is present here. Remember Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where a bright light from the sky hinted at a connection between humans and aliens. Or E.T., where the tiny alien's glowing finger and its spaceship are still vivid in our memories. Meanwhile, in Independence Day, giant shadow ships terrified the world. Their arrival was revealed by the light spreading across the sky. The human mind has always considered the connection between light and alien presence. Sometimes this light symbolizes hope, sometimes fear and mystery. And today, as we witness the unusual glow of 3I Atlas, those same stories are refreshed in our minds. The big question now is all this really just a natural phenomenon? Is it just a strange comet whose light we can't understand? Or is this the first time we've encountered real evidence of alien technology? Because all the natural explanations offered so far, a dust cloud, a radioactive fragment, or a random fragment, have proven weak. No one has been able to adequately explain this glow and its path. So the question remains, are we humans really ready to hear this answer? If the 3I Atlas turns out to be proof of alien tech, it will change our thinking, our world, and perhaps our destiny. Everything.